We live, y'all. We live, y'all. Ha ha. Yo, Building Uhuru is in full effect. The Building Uhuru podcast is in full effect right now, family. We live. And we broadcasting from Texas. Hold up. Let me go ahead and go live on Instagram too. You know what I'm saying? Let me go live on Instagram too on my phone. You know, I can't shoot this from StreamYard to Instagram. But you know what? Let me go live. Hey, we live, y'all. Yo, this is the Building Uhuru podcast. This is your brother Baba Amin, woke up the Uhuru Academy. And hey, had a long talk with some friends. And I was like, Baba, the people want to know what you think about current topics. The people want to know what you think about current events and things that are going on. And you should share your voice more. Man, I agree. And I want to share my voice more, right? And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk in there, y'all. I'm going to receive that challenge and we're going to walk in that challenge. So this podcast is called Building Uhuru. But you know, Abarigani, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? Here's the thing, though. I can't just do it regular. I can't just sit up here and talk. If I'm going to podcast, I got to podcast with enthusiasm. I got to bring the energy. I got to be me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to just give speeches in lectures, you know what I'm saying? None of that, right? And I also don't want to be like, look who's watching, how many people are on, that sort of thing. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to share who I am, pieces of me, you know what I'm saying? Talk about topics, current events, but, you know, also, you know, kind of broaden the topics a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I can't just talk about, for example, I'm not just addicted to the bad things that Black people are doing. I'm hooked on the great things that we're doing. So I do want to talk tonight about what's going on with Tyre Nichols, with that situation in Memphis, kind of look at it from the big picture as well as the small picture, kind of get some of y'all thoughts on it too. But I also want to take time out, you know what I'm saying, and highlight some positive things that are going on. Y'all, I'm into hip hop. Y'all know I do hip hop. So, you know, I gotta highlight some of that stuff too, you know, and hey, it's not a podcast without some opening music, you know what I'm saying? And y'all, I'm not scripted. I'm not a scripted person. So anything I do on here, I'm doing off the top of my dome. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we'll see how it works, right? We'll see how it works. We're going to get started tonight, though. Y'all, I want to play a song that I wrote a few years ago called the Ma'afa, right? If those who don't know, Ma'afa means a great disaster. That's going to be our opening music tonight. So y'all, let's do this. Let's get into this. You can go check this out on my SoundCloud, The Divine Cypher King. And let me make sure y'all can hear this. Yeah. It's time to build Uhuru. You know what I'm saying? Baba Amin.
Propaganda and lies, the oppressor prospers, Africans die. This is the Ma'afa, to steal and enslave the best Africa can offer. Kill the king, rape the queen, this is the Ma'afa. The hull of a ship, the breaking grounds, the option, the shame, the Christian name, this is the Ma'afa. Colonize my motherland, the lynching of my fathers. Damage beyond calculation, this is the Ma'afa. Free to Africa, diaspora, you free humanity. Liberate the Black man from complete insanity. Sick and tired.
Peace to the whole fam on Facebook, everybody watching right now.
It's that video. Can't describe what they did to us. It's deeper than the whips, the shackles and the ships, the 90-day trips beyond the religious beliefs brought by the bigs. The Bible to the west, the Quran to the east. Convert us and turn us against the ones they can't reach. Chained and executed on the beach. Teach, Baba, teach. From Gory Island to an area, Cape Town to America, straight disaster area.
Free the land.
Treated totally irrelevant. So what a Black president, the effects are still prevalent. Barack is not your savior. He's a tool for the invaders. Africana re-enslave us. Only us can save us. Propaganda and lies, the oppressor prospers. Africans die. This is my alpha. To steal and enslave the best Africa can offer. Kill the king, rape the queen. This is my alpha. The hull of a ship, the breaking grounds, the auction, the shame, the Christian name. This is my alpha. Colonize my motherland, the lynching of my fathers. Damage beyond calculation. This is my alpha. They starve in the Horn, rape in the Congo, and you think Africa is just a jungle. You weak and you humble. In the face of your oppression, taught to be loyal to master every Sunday school lesson, but you say you're not an African. That's a crime. They gave you back your body, but the cracker kept your mind. Asiatic or a sovereign, Hebrew or Nubian, 5% RPG, Jot, Rastafarian. If you melanated, then you are Kibulanian. Won't fight for your people cause you don't think that you one of them. Not just biological, extremely psychological. We've been on this planet since the Sahara was tropical. So how the hell it come to this? There are some that will not rest until black people don't exist. Africa ain't got no friends. They all in on the insanity. Your current condition is a crime against humanity. Propaganda and lies, the oppressor prospers. Africans die. This is my alpha. To steal and enslave the best Africa can offer. Kill the king, rape the queen. This is my alpha. The hull of a ship, the breaking grounds, the auction, the shame, the Christian name. This is my alpha. Colonize my motherland, the lynching of my fathers. Damage beyond calculation. This is my alpha. The hood is in a crisis. Crack and guns, mass incarceration, HIV and hair run, inferior education, they just get you stepped on. Labor to babies, so they geniuses slept on. The masses on their asses while a few get through, but they don't got no real power, so they can't come get you. Don't fit in the equation, so they cutting the support. Make it easy to avoid or to cut your life short. Making money off our misery, accumulated wealth. On that love for your foe, so much hatred for yourself. Yeah, they owe us reparations, not just talking about the cash. They should finance operations that'll teach us about our past. Repay the debt to Africa, we taking back our land. I don't think that they gonna do it, so it's time to make a plan. Wanna organize a march? Nah, we cutting off some hands. My offer won't be over till my people take a stand. Propaganda and lies, the oppressor prospers. Africans die. This is my alpha. To steal and enslave the best Africa can offer. Kill the king, rape the queen. This is my alpha. The hull of a ship, the breaking grounds, the auction, the shame, the Christian name. This is my alpha. Colonize my motherland, the lynching of my fathers. Damage beyond calculation. This is my alpha.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let that be done. Yeah. Yo, that's what I call opening music right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call opening music. Yo, can y'all hear me okay? Okay. Make sure y'all can hear me okay. Peace and power, everybody. This is Baba Amin. This is the Building Uhuru podcast. I won't keep you long, but I'm definitely going to keep you strong. We're going to jump right into it tonight. We're going to talk about Brother Tyre Nichols and rest in power to Tyre Nichols and rest in power to all those who have been victimized by police terrorism. And I'm talking about going all the way back to the slave catchers, because that's the originator. That's the blueprint for the modern day police officers, were the rollies who were out on horseback looking for black people who were seeking their freedom, right? All the way from slavery through Reconstruction, when white people wanted the South back, while after black people won their freedom, and white people in the South wanted their white power back, like when white folks in Wilmington, North Carolina, the Democratic Party in Wilmington, North Carolina, deputized everybody and went and took over a predominantly black town, killing black people, burning black businesses, black homes, and arresting black folk that wasn't doing nothing but being successful. You know what I'm saying? And actually took over the city government in Wilmington in 1898. You know what I'm saying? Without an election, a coup right here in America, and the police of Wilmington were at the foundation of that. You know what I'm saying? The whole establishment, the whole philosophy behind police in this country has always been based on keeping the poor, keeping the rich, protecting property, not people, and definitely suppressing the movement of black people. That's nothing new, right? That's nothing new, right? And what happened in Memphis is just an extension of that with a wrinkle, right? But with a wrinkle for the public. And I'm gonna say a wrinkle for the public because black cops attacking black people ain't new to working class black people. Like black cops acting up and going the extra blue mile, right, in our communities. That's not new for us. That's not a new occurrence. That's not a shock for us to see black cops acting that way. Okay, if you grew up in the hood, if you grew up in poverty in America, you've seen that before, right? And so, you know, just a quick recap, y'all. Again, rest in power to Tyre Nichols. What's going on tonight? They just released a video showing 5 police officers beating Tyre Nichols to death. You know, he died on January 10th, just 3 days after the incident happened, I believe, on January 7th of this year. The young brother was stopped 2 minutes from his house. 2 minutes from his house. The police claim that there was a confrontation. We don't know what that confrontation is. Of course, they're going to come out with those details later because the media likes to string out these situations and add new whole certain elements back and add those elements in like a little later on, you know what I'm saying, to bring drama to the situation, to keep you clicking, to keep you watching, right, to bring more trauma porn out here for you to look at. Very tacky in how the video was promoted like a primetime TV show, right? We're going to release the video on Friday night, right? But before we get into that, you know what I'm saying, just talking about the incident within itself, for those who don't know, Tyre Nichols was a young 29-year-old man. He's a 29-year-old man. I know a lot of people saying that he was like a youth, but I mean, he was a young man, but he was a 29-year-old man from Memphis, Tennessee. From what we know about him, he was into skateboarding, very positive. A young brother was pulled over on the 7th, just 2 minutes from home. There was some sort of incident where police claimed that he ran. Then they caught him. Then they said it was a second incident, right? And it resulted in them somehow figuring out that it made sense to beat him to death. That it made sense for 5 police officers with guns, tasers, billy clubs, and fists, right? Something about that brother in their minds made them feel like it was necessary to beat him to death. Right. And you see in the video where they're saying, give me your hands, give me your hands. And it's something, you know, when you see that procedure, you see it with white officers often too, where they're claiming, stop resisting. But the person's not really resisting. What the person is resisting is an ass whooping. Like it's hard not to resist being beaten. It's hard not to resist being wrestled to the ground and having your arms twisted behind your back. It's hard to go limp and just let people whoop you, right? It's hard to go limp when you're being maced, right? Oh, don't worry, Kasim. We're going to get to that too, okay? We're definitely going to get to that too. That's when we get into the bigger picture. But right now, let's focus on the incident at hand. Kasim say always talking about the police, but not the gangsters that destroy the black community. Nah, I don't. Okay, this is one thing with me, y'all. I don't deal with absolutes like that. And I don't deal with toxic black shame either. You know, on here, we're going to deal with the incidents as they happen, right? We're going to deal with that. Then we're going to look at the bigger picture, but we're not going to be about the business of absolutes, right? Right? We're not going to be about the business of absolute, because we have very strong messages for the so-called gangsters that are helping to destroy the black community, because gangsters aren't the only ones destroying the black community. But we'll get into that. We'll get into them. But tonight, let's just focus on what we saw in Memphis. And let's focus on some of the procedures that we see being used, particularly against poor people, particularly against black people, right, by law enforcement. Okay, we're not going to deflect right now. We'll deflect in a minute. It's hard to resist it's hard to go limp when you're being maced. It's hard when you're afraid, right? And then you have to ask the question, did it take that many people? Does it take that many people really to subdue one person? And if he's not armed, why he got to get on his stomach right now anyway? De-escalate. De-escalate the situation. If we're truly policing our community, if we're truly about the safety of the citizens and the safety of the general public, if that's truly what you all about, then learn how to de-escalate situations, particularly when you're dealing with unarmed civilians. Learn how to de-escalate the situation. No, I'm not finna flip on the, well, what about us killing us and the gangsters? No, stop that. Stop being ashamed. Stop being scared to call something wrong because you're thinking about something else bad that Black people do. Stop being afraid to go ahead and criticize something that's happening inside of our community because something else bad is happening inside of our community. Get over your toxic shame. Get over it. Name a perfect people. How good do we have to be? How perfect do we have to be to deserve justice? It's always one. It's always one that's going to say, well, what about what we do to each other? Well, what about us killing us? What does that have to do with people deserving justice? White people kill white people. They still don't stop until they get justice. Jews kill Jews and they still put Nazis on trial. And there were Jewish Nazis. There were Jews that participated in the Holocaust. They still put Nazis on trial. White people kill white people. And not only do white people get justice, they get over justice. They get unjust justice. Asians kill Asians. Hispanic people do horrible things to Hispanic people. Okay, you don't take what people do. You don't look at the negative behavior that goes on in a community and then and use that to deflect from an attack that's going on that community. That don't make sense. You don't do that. You don't do that. That's toxic shame. That's cowardice. That's low self-esteem. Right? That's that, yeah, my husband beat me, but I ain't gonna leave because I shouldn't have talked back to him. And that's something we got to get over, Black people. We got to get over being afraid to complain, being afraid to demand something for our community because our community is not perfect, because we still have problems. That don't make shit right. That don't justify nothing. We could talk about that stuff and we can be real about that stuff, but two things can be true. Your community can be under attack from the outside and from the inside at the same time. You do know that, right? Back to this incident. So he's attacked 2 minutes from his home, which is probably why you hear him screaming for his mother, because he was 2 minutes away from home. He was literally screaming for his mother. 3 days later, you know, they failed to render aid. They beat him up. He complained being shortness of breath. They didn't render aid to him. I believe they also fired a couple of paramedics as well. They delayed giving him aid, and 3 days later, he passed away at the hospital from his injuries. This is January 10th, right? All 5 officers, once the police chief and everybody saw the video, all 5 officers were instantly terminated. They were terminated, and plus 2 paramedics were terminated from their jobs. As of this week, they've all been indicted and charged with everything from second-degree murder to manslaughter, criminal neglect, all that. There's a slew of charges against the officers. Man, when have y'all ever seen the system move this fast? When have y'all ever seen the system move this fast to hold police officers accountable? Come on, y'all. Usually we see a video first. We'll see a video. We won't know. They won't release the officer's name. Usually they don't even release the officer's name until the video comes out a lot of times, right? Right? Then when they release the officer's name, there's usually an extended period where the officer is first on administrative leave pending an investigation. And that investigation usually takes weeks or months. You can tell that the police are behind the scenes kind of getting their story together. Right? And then you know, when the names of the police officers are finally released during that administrative leave time, the media humanizes the white officers, right? He fought in Desert Storm, and he has 3 kids, a wife and 3 children, a newborn. You know what I'm saying? So usually there's a period where the officers are just suspended, the police department's getting their story straight, and you know what I'm saying, and then the media is humanizing the police officer, right? And then during that period, they start demonizing the victim. Because remember with Trayvon at first, it was nice school picture, you know what I'm saying? The Trayvon smiling like when he was about 12 or 13, right? But then after a while, after they released Zimmerman's name and stuff, you started hearing more about Zimmerman's family life. And then all of a sudden, Trayvon was doing a double middle finger picture. When Mike Brown was killed, was murdered, you know what I'm saying? At first, it was the graduation picture. That got everybody riled up. They showed Mike Brown's graduation picture. Like, oh, look at that baby, that poor baby. And everybody got riled up. Then after a while, you started seeing more about the police officer's life. They started humanizing the police officer and dehumanizing Mike Brown. Then you start seeing the Mike Brown thug picture, the blunt in the ear picture, that sort of thing. They ain't do this process. They ain't follow this process with Memphis, did that? They didn't follow this process right here. Y'all, we got an indictment in less than a month. We got an indictment in less than a month. And that's cool. I ain't tripping, right? Now, don't think I'm sitting here about to say that's wrong, that's unfair to the black cops. I ain't saying that at all. That's good. Way to go. But does anybody else find it funny that it don't quite work that easy when it's white cops? Right? And I also find it funny that there was like the businesses in Memphis are boarding up their windows, and everybody's worried about violence in the streets and riots in the streets. And there have been some protests, right? But not the big explosion, right? Now, y'all watch out, because what the conservatives are about to do, what other folks and white police officers are about to do, they're going to say, see, when it's black cops, they're not as mad. They're only mad when it's white cops. Now, I will say, when we see white cops, white police officers committing genocide against black people, it does trigger us. And 300 years of genocide under white rule, that'll do that to you. Right? That'll definitely do that to you. Right? But the issue and the reason why we blow up with those other incidents is we blow up when no charges are brought. See, that's one big difference. One big difference is like other incidents, it's like no charges. They rule it a right to shoot. No one's in jail. No one's in prison for Tamir Rice. No one's in prison for Tamir Rice. No one's in prison for Trayvon Martin. A cop went to jail for Mike Brown, but he's out now. You see the difference? When Rodney King was beat, we didn't riot the night of the beating. We rioted when these cops went on trial and they all got found not guilty. That's when the explosion happens. So now that the system went right to work, because it's easy to lock up black people, whether they got a badge on or not. So when the system went right to work on these cops, well, that same anger's not there, not because we have some kind of feeling for these black cops. The same anger's not there because they haven't been found not guilty. And some of y'all might say, yet, but I'll bet you $200 to your $2 that them boys going to prison. I bet you $200 to $2 that it's done for them. See, what happens to a lot of us when we get in the system, right? When we're in outside, I'm going to show y'all something. It's just a trip to me, right? It happens with black politicians when they run into scandal, right? It happens with black entertainers when they run into scandal and that folder get opened on them, right? And it happens to black police officers who are hated inside their own organization. I've met black cops who told me about the racism that they encountered inside of the police department. I've met black police officers. You know, black police officers in a lot of cities, the black police officers have to have their own fraternity of police. They have to have their own police organizations. See, a lot of people call it the blue wall of silence and the blue wall of protection, but that's not a blue wall of silence where cops stick together. That's a white wall of silence where white cops stick together. So we'll see what type of institutional protection these black officers receive. Because, you know, if it was 5 white officers, the story would have already came out that he was resisting arrest, that they thought Tyre Nichols had a gun, that they thought, we'd already had a story about how he got kids that he ain't taking care of, and that he cussed his teacher out in the 12th grade. Like, we'd already have some demonization going on, man. Y'all remember when Tatiana Jefferson went on trial in Fort Worth, and they started claiming she was on drugs, and how they started trying to destroy her character in order to protect law enforcement? I'm so curious to see. I'm so curious. I'm very curious to see if these black cops, at least they black on our side, if they get the same institutional protection. I watched an old movie once. I showed my students, and y'all go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's from the most prolific movie maker of all time, independent black man from back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. Did over 40 films, independent. His name's Oscar Micheaux. He got a movie called Within Our Gates. And inside of Within Our Gates, there are some scenes where you got this black sellout dude, right? So you got this black family, right? This hardworking black family that they're good Christians, and they trying to build a school, right? Well, you got this sellout, you know, who is spying on the black family and going and tell the white folks, thinking he gonna get favor with the white folks, and he ends up setting the father up of the family, setting him up and showing the white people where they were. Well, the white mob gets together in the movie, okay, and this is the first time on film that a lynching of black people was ever shown, right? So it's a revolutionary film, Within Our Gates. Y'all need to go check it out, right? So at any rate, the white mob comes and they lynch the whole family. The father, the mother, they try to kill the little boy, little son. He gets away, right? And the black coon is just standing there like, yeah, the sellout is standing there. Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? And so after they lynch the family and that black man standing there like he one of them, they all look at him. And then they string him up just for the hell of it. In other words, we don't need you no more. We out hanging today. We're going to hang you too. You one of them too. You're still one of them. And I think that Mr. Tadarius Bean, Mr. Demetrius Haley, Mr. Desmond Mills Jr., Emmett Martin III, and Justin Smith about to find out that they still one of us too. No matter how many times they hit Tyre, you still one of us. It's called Within Our Gates. That's that movie. No matter how many times you told him to shut up and show him your hands while you was beating him, you coward. They finna show you that you still one of us. No matter how many times you fail to de-escalate the situation, no matter how stubborn you were in showing that he was a problem that needed to be put down, how loyal you were to the badge and how loyal you were to procedure, because y'all follow procedure. I know Memphis police officer came out, the police department said that's not procedure, but yeah, ask anybody in the hood, that's procedure. Ask anybody in the hood, that's procedure. No, they follow procedure. We've seen the procedure. Haven't we seen the procedure, y'all? Yeah, y'all had a party that night. Y'all probably laughed, bragged about it. Now you finna feel what he felt. Now you finna get on that other side. You finna cry. You finna cry, because I don't think y'all gonna get no special treatment. Y'all got indicted within a month. off the strength of that video. You know how many white officers, right, we get video of just straight shooting the unarmed black. That white girl, Amber, whatever her name is, she walked right into Brother Jean's apartment. He on the couch eating ice cream. She shot him in the head and cried and said she thought it was her apartment. They had to find her guilty because it was so blatant, but she just got 10 years and she ain't gonna do all 10. A white woman cried on that stand. That white woman police officer cried on that stand and got 10 years for cold-blooded murder. And she ain't gonna do all 10. Y'all think y'all gonna get that? You think a black man tears gonna do it? Who gonna make sure y'all side of the story get heard? This is gonna be real interesting. This is gonna be real interesting to see whose side of the story, if the cop side of the story comes out, and who's going to be an advocate for them. I wonder if the Fraternal Order of Police, I wonder if the Fraternal Order of Police going to step up and defend these fine officers. This is going to be real interesting to watch because it's not over, y'all, because it gets ratings, okay? The media going to stay on top of it. Look for a plot twist. I know it's going to be a plot. Got to be a plot twist. They mad right now because people ain't out riding. They all like, damn, they wanted some good TV. They wanted some cars being turned over. Probably got some plants out there doing something right now. But this is good drama. This is good TV. This is good media. And I could have sworn I saw a couple of white cops at that press conference the other day smirking. Like, look, what they gonna do now? They are all black. How they gonna respond to this one? Can you call it racism now? It's all black cops. Can you cry racism now? Yes, you can. He said, well, I said, not gonna lie, to learn about this. I kind of want to ride anyway. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, one thing I agree with Dr. King about is that riding is kind of like the voice of the powerless. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anti-ride. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I believe people have a right to resist in whichever way they choose to resist. But we coming late to the party. See, another point I want to make before I go on this is, for many of us, we're in a perpetual state, okay, of police terrorism. So when something makes the news, we're not shocked because we're aware of something that happened yesterday that didn't get on the news. Those who are active in the black community, right? Those who are active against the fight, in the fight against police terrorism, they're fighting it every day. So they see incidents that we don't see. They actually know how prolific it is. So what we're doing is we're in a reaction mode. We can only react because when in between publicized incidents, we pretend like it's not happening. And if we keep just responding to these sound bites, we're not really fighting it. And we're not fighting it on all fronts. We're not getting to the true symptoms of it all. We're not protecting ourselves the right way. We're not protecting ourselves mentally. Right? See, our generation grew up to abandon the black community. The black community became something to get away from. And what we fall into this thing that says, if I get away from black folks, I'm not one anymore. If I get away from niggas, and pardon my French for those who won't like that, but if I get away from niggas, then I'm not a nigga no more. It's me and them niggas. And those who can't get away, they are the problem. They ghetto, they hood, they this, they that. They're the problem. But poverty's no longer the problem. Miseducation is no longer the problem. Poor niggas is the problem. Poor black folks is the problem. See, being poor is a crime in this country. Being poor is a badge of shame in this country. Being poor means you're lazy. Being poor means you're on drugs. That's what being poor means in the United States. Poverty happens because you didn't do good on a test in school. We hate poor people in this country, and poor people hate themselves. And that's why the things that we unify around as Black people is like Jordans, because it's a symbol of I have something. We all go, well, a lot of us go buy Jordans. A lot of us, even though we hate drugs and we hate what drugs and crack did to our community, we still look at the major crack dealers like heroes because they had something. And when you're in a society that hates you because you're Black and poor, being Black and having something means something. It means love in your mind. It means you're loved now. It means you're worth something. So we so confused. We confused. We see Black people join the system, and even if they join the system and don't give nothing back to the community, we don't know. We clamp for them. We because like you made it out. You made it. You made it out. You're not one of us no more. You made it out. And we feel guilty for saying, come do something for the community now that you made it over there. And they look at you like, look, I can't do that. Look, I did it. I made it out. You can make it out. Stop being jealous. See, want to drag another Black person down. That's what you want to do. You just want to drag another Black person down. And we sit there like, well, maybe I am just dragging them down. Maybe I should just clap for that Black billionaire. And you don't have to share nothing with us. He don't need to invest in Black-owned businesses. He don't need to invest in community. That's great that he's over there investing with white people. That's great that he's paying taxes and with the white people now. He's one of them until he's not, as Ye. He got $1 billion. He made it to $1 billion. And they had to remind him he wasn't one of them. It's a trip. It's a trip, you know, and so this situation in Memphis is very interesting. I'm not going to ever watch that full video. I'm not going to watch that. I saw a little bit of it. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to see it. And I want to respect the family. And I understand they support the video coming out, you know, with the impact and that sort of thing that it'll have. But some of us are already impacted, so we don't need to see any more evidence. And this isn't just about cops. It ain't even just about the criminal injustice system. This is about an anti-Black society that raises anti-Black people, even Black ones, even Black anti-Black people. So looking at the bigger picture, right? When you have the means to strengthen the community and you don't, that's anti-Black too. No, it is. It is. You know, and I know some of you say, well, we live in a society where I get access to this wealth, but if they find out I'm doing something to help Black people with this wealth, I'll lose access to the wealth. But what do you call a society like that? What do you call a society where the more access, the more wealth you get access to, the less of a voice you're allowed to have? What do you call that? This is interesting. You think you call it rigged. And yes, Executive Sessions 420, capitalism does require poor people. Can't have good capitalism without, at least not Western capitalism. You can't have good capitalism without it. You got to have the haves. You got to have the have-nots. And part of the strategy of the haves is to keep the have-nots as have-nots. Man. Yeah. Yeah. It was horrible what they did to Tyre. Tyre's not alone. Tyre's name has been added to a long legacy of genocide and assault, systemic genocide and assault against African people, not just here, but globally. And I know y'all don't want to care about what's happening in Haiti. I know you don't want to care about what's happening in the Congo. You don't want to care about what's happening in South America. You don't want to care about what's happening to Black people all over the world. I know some other folks on YouTube trying to tell you that they the enemy and the immigrants are taking your jobs and the African people from the continent don't like you. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of them, they miseducated too. They've been raised to be anti-African too. I met a brother from Senegal, blacker than a trillion midnights, told me don't call him Senegalese, told me he was French. Giannis think he a Greek. You know, Black miseducation was a global pandemic before COVID. And that's a global pandemic that's still spreading and getting worse, taking new shapes. You know how the COVID virus changes? So does Black miseducation. It changes form too. It changes form too. Sometimes it changes form and you can't tell what it is. You know, one thing that a virus does, viruses, effective viruses, they mimic healthy cells. Like dangerous viruses, they try their best to look as much like a healthy cell as possible so they won't be detected. And that's what Black self-hate does. It morphs. And a lot of you are looking at Black leaders or Black YouTubers that are pretending to be pro-Black, but they are capitalists that are anti-Black, hiding behind pro-Black talking points. And they're capitalizing on Black shame, Black division, and they ain't coming with no real programs. Y'all, what happened to Tyre Nichols? It don't have to happen. There are things we can do. There are things we can do to empower our community, but it's pretty much hard to do if you don't live there. It's real hard to do if you don't invest there. And a lot of people I don't stand next to when they stand up and speak out against police terrorism because they don't stand next to the po nigga when the cameras ain't there. They're not standing up against miseducation in the schools. They're not standing up against the Black-owned businesses being shut out of loans and being shut out of investment opportunities. They ain't standing up there. They're not standing anywhere where we can build something substantial to empower ourselves, to protect ourselves from crap like that, where you can't get pulled over 2 minutes from home and get beat up and don't nobody come outside. Don't nobody come out and say anything. That you understand what I'm saying? Where there ain't no real repercussions going on. That's some other kind of work that got to get done. So we can come out and start waving our fingers and screaming and hollering and all of that. But sooner or later, we're going to turn back around and look at ourselves. We have to raise our children better. We got to take back control. How can we get control of our children if we ain't even got control of ourselves? So just wanted to share. I wanted to share my thoughts on it. My advice moving forward for everybody is be more of a reader than a reactor. Be more proactive, right? Be more proactive. Start looking into solutions. Educate yourself. Know your rights. Cut down on looking at all the trauma cut down on that. You know, now because it's a hot topic, people are gonna be flooding your inbox and flooding your timelines with violence against Black people. My advice, though, is flood your timeline with Black achievement and Black greatness. You got to bring some balance. Flood your timeline with Black people doing powerful things for Black people. Flood your timeline with podcasts like mine, because I'm going to be highlighting Black achievement, right? I have a segment that we're going to be doing on our podcast called Freeing the Land, right? In Freeing the Land, right? It's going to be a session. It's going to be a segment where I'm going to highlight Black landowners that are doing powerful things. Like my brother Derek Muhammad and his family in South Carolina with Bossfield Farms, over 800 acres, industrial hemp and more, doing incredible things with their land. Or like the beautiful families of Freedom, Georgia, 19 families who came together and bought a town. Black people doing some amazing things. Don't let people fool you. Say, see, ain't nobody out here working with these children. Oh, there's plenty of people out here working with the youth, doing powerful things with the youth. Hey, look at it. Uhuru Academy is one of them. You ain't supporting. They got you distracted. They got you looking at all the negativity. They got you looking at videos of Black teachers fighting their students. But they're not showing you the Black teachers that are turning schools around, like Sean Gales at the Katherine Johnson Academy, who helped them go from a C school to an A school in 2 years by introducing culture into his curriculum. He ain't gonna never be on the news because he's effective. See, Black failure is a big business. It's big business. A lot of young cats falling right into these same traps that we fell in. But they're falling in the traps because we fell in the traps, right? And then we weren't strong enough to teach them not to fall in the traps. Now I'm talking to my street cats. Black self-hate manifests itself in different ways among different people. It manifests itself a certain way with the working class. It manifests a certain way with the middle class. It manifests a certain way with the upper middle class and the upper classes. But it's still Black self-hate, and it's still harmful. Right? We miseducated. But I'm going to do my part. Yeah, I'm going to do my part to come in and bring some light, bring some education. I ain't going to be all out in the sky with it. And I ain't dissing none of my more esoteric brothers and sisters with the planets aligned and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to try to be in line with the universe around me and bring information and focus on building freedom. That's why we call it Building Uhuru. Freedom has to be built. It can't be given to you. You got to build that for yourself. You got to develop it, build it, protect it for yourself. So on Building Uhuru, we're going to be bringing you examples, right? And I'm going to get to one right now. I mentioned a teacher earlier, you know what I'm saying? And that's my brother, Sean Gales, who's doing a great job at Katherine Johnson Academy in Texas. And you know what? He's also an MC. He does powerful music, and I'm honored to be on a few songs with him. I'm going to play one for y'all tonight called Miseducate. I'm going to play one tonight called Miseducate. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, what happens to us, how we interpret what happens to us, and how we respond to what happens to us depends completely upon how we've been educated to view it, process it, and respond to it. And if you've been miseducated, you can't respond in a healthy way. You don't know what a healthy way is. That's why we only know how to march, because that's the only aspect of Black resistance that most of us are taught about. Let's do this. Check out CG Strictly Business. on Spotify, really on all platforms. This one's called Miseducate. It's CG featuring myself and Mama and Koyo. Shout out to my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Go download Strictly Business right now.
They ain't telling us the truth about who your mind a little fucked up.
Support powerful
But it's our
hip-hop.
job to uncover the truth. I've been lied to, so call these hoes out. Yeah. You taught me that I come from hate.
Yeah.
You taught me how to hate my face. You taught me how to catch a case. You taught me how to hate my race. You miseducate. It's assault with a deadly weapon. At school, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At church, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At home, it's educating our own.
As a kid, I vowed not to cry when I was grown. But as I reminisce about the lies that I was told, and been indoctrinated since I was 4 or 5 years old. And the matrix called the public school and under my control. You bold to tell me Georgia 8 was my leader. White women sit behind the desk and this is my teacher. White man on the wall, you tell me this is my Jesus. Your guardian angel's cool, but my answer is excuse me, sir. How did Christopher Columbus discover America when we had Africans selling him before him?
Well, they wasn't really
Man, fuck that. I'm thinking about dropping out of school, but when you do white folks got something for you. Mass incarceration, poverty, you choose. But what they teach in school don't apply to me and you. They weaponized religion because they knew it was spiritual. Communion all good, but not them voodoo rituals. Slavery wasn't that bad. Look what Americans giving you. They gave you Jesus and some Chuck Taylor tennis shoes. They gave us, we had African empires back in ancient Africa. We had kings and queens. What about Queen Nzinga?
Slavery was
Didn't
bad,
the sea say?
but it lost
come on,
got
man.
you
You
out of
can't tell me
Africa.
there's something going wrong.
You taught me that I come from hate. You taught me how to hate my face. You taught me how to catch a case. You taught me how to hate my race. You miseducate. It's assault with a deadly weapon. At school, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At church, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At home, it's educating our own. Are you a mad nigga? A treasure never had nigga. A quick to blast, kill the other side fast nigga. A knock her up, put the baby in your past nigga. A turn your back on your people for the cash nigga. You them folks got you feeling like your last nigga. Penitentiary projects, lab niggas. Black soldiers and athletes, draft niggas. Black cops, fed ops, rap niggas. What would this country be without niggas? Every book in my school should be about niggas. Christianity, Islam, devout niggas. But everybody programmed to doubt niggas. I'm new African, I'm not one of these house niggas. Take a stand and apologize, mouse niggas. You just do it for the life, clout niggas. We just want a better life, shout niggas. CG and I mean, stout niggas. We working, y'all watching, couch niggas. You taught me that I come from hate. You taught me how to hate my face. You taught me how to catch a case. You taught me how to hate my race. You miseducate. It's assault with a deadly weapon. At school, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At church, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At home, it's educating our own.
I'm only pretty with my hair is straight.
Come on.
I like to backbite, speculate. I got a temper, I don't meditate. I drop it low, I don't elevate. Cause you miseducate. You don't tell me that my black is beauty. You deactivate my mind and magnify my booty. Taught my man how to deserve his dick and not his duty. He think Becky is the best. He say I'm too moody. I'm just elevating me. I'm not judging Judy. We the mothers of this earth. You don't like it, sue me. It's Scooby from the Trinity. See how you do me? Name a person on this planet that did not come through me. I thought he knew me till your God taught him to subdue me. I'm a tool for liberation. He just wanna screw me. The rape of mental penetration in a world unruly. Got a goddess out of whack. Call me Sleeping Beauty.
You taught me that I come from hate. You taught me how to hate my face. You taught me how to catch a case. You taught me how to hate my race. You miseducate. It's assault with a deadly weapon. At school, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At church, it's assault with a deadly weapon. At home, it's educating our own.
Yeah. Hey, and Koyo say, I thought he knew me till his God told him to subdue me. I'm a tool for liberation. He just want to screw me. What? What? Come through, black folks. Come through. Yo, we built a little Uhuru tonight. We built a little freedom tonight. We freed somebody's mind tonight. Somebody gonna catch the replay and it's gonna free their mind too. Somebody's gonna catch the replay and they're gonna be inspired to study more, to read more, to think more positive, to think more about solutions, right? Y'all, our children are beautiful and they're natural geniuses. They not lost, they not gone. If they are lost, we can find them and we can help them find ourselves. We can do this if we gonna be a we. We can't just be a we when something bad happens. We got to be a we all the time, or we don't need to be a we none of the time. All right. Hey, share this video. All right. Become a part of the Building Uhuru team, a part of the Building Uhuru movement. You know what I'm saying? Support the Uhuru Academy, right? Support the Uhuru Academy. Become a Patreon, right? You know, what do you donate to monthly? What is something that you give to? What is something that you support every month that helps the Black community, right? Right. If you're looking for something, let me offer up the Uhuru Academy. You can go join Patreon. You can donate as little as $5 a month up to $100 a month. All right. And you're supporting a movement that's already moving. You're supporting a movement that's already active in building other African-centered programs throughout the country. We're already working with young people throughout the country and overseas. Right. Y'all ain't got but 4 patrons, though. I only got 4 patrons. I put this up a couple months ago. Every time I go live, I've been talking about it. I guess I'm going to keep talking about it, but it's a lot of people that know about the Uhuru Academy. A lot of people. But I got 4 patrons, 4 people who have signed up in the last month to support African-centered education. That's really happening. Like it's going on. Like we had school today. We're going to have school Monday. I'm going to teach adults tomorrow, my Operation Reconnect program. I got the adult Black history class on Sunday. Like we're really doing this every day. Kindergarten through 12th grade, graduating people every day. I got 4 patrons. Right? But I ain't tripping. You just don't give because you didn't know about it, right? You didn't know about it. Now that you know about it, you're going to go right over to patreon.com/Baba Amin RBG and become a patron. Baba Amin RBG. And you're going to say, you know what? One less Happy Meal a month. One less drink of liquor a month. One less blunt a month. I'm going to take a blunt and donate it to the Uhuru Academy. One less movie a month. One less streaming platform. You know, the one that you're still paying for every month that you don't even watch. You're going to take that money and you're going to become a Uhuru Academy Patreon with that money. Because now you know. Now you want to support a movement that's actually moving. And I'm going to do my part, y'all. I'm going to talk more. And I'm going to put it in your face more. I'm going to put what we're doing in your face more so I can give you opportunities to do more because there is more to do. There is more to do. All right. I ain't even had a chance to build out the Patreon page yet. Right. But there are certain things that's exclusive. Like y'all see where I stream right here. Our youth have plenty to say. Exclusive peek into the Uhuru Academy online classroom. Patrons get to see that. Patrons get to see that. Patrons get to see what our youth are talking about every day. Every day, we basically have a youth symposium, an international youth symposium every day at the Uhuru Academy. Every day. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Children who come online every morning and give thanks to their ancestors first, together, enthusiastically. Then they work out together first. They work out together. They lead each other in exercise. They lead each other in ancestor reverence. Then they lead each other in creative writing every day. My Black experience is different. My Black experience is different. And you ain't getting with that. Shut up. No, I mean, there I go. But I'm just saying, if you complaining, like the brother early was like, ain't saying nothing about these black gangsters shooting up the hood. I'm saying something because I dedicate my whole life to stepping to the so-called black gangster and helping them change it around. But most importantly, getting to the young ones before they become black gangsters and building institutions around them. And we could do more if you would support it. We could do more if you get out there and do it too. We could do more if y'all got active. Nothing make me cringe more than a black person who complain about black people that don't do nothing for black people. Y'all be talking about Charleston White and trying to talk bad about Charleston White, but I witnessed Charleston White go the extra mile for black people. So when he come out and start talking shit about black youth and talking shit about these black boys, I know he just riling them up because I know his heart. See, y'all know the character, I know the person. Because I've done some work with the person. See, if I come out tomorrow and start talking shit about black folk, you know I'm talking shit about black folk. Because I'm there. Like you know how your mama can whoop you because that's your mama. I can whoop the black. I can give the black community a whooping. I've earned that. I've earned the right to criticize my community because you know it's coming from a place of love and sacrifice. You know that. Appreciate you, Tajiri Ojuwo, becoming a $5 a month patron. Yeah, if you ain't got $5 a month towards a movement that's actually moving, what you doing? And if you don't want to do $5 a month, you got 100 shares in you. You got 100 tags in you for every video, every piece of merch you see me put up, every video, every link. Look at Dot Singh stepping up. Look at Dot Singh all the way over in New Zealand asking for the link. Dot Singh, I want you to go to the Patreon. Check out the Patreon, Dot Singh. I know she worked hard for everything she getting, and she's asking for the donation link. All I'm saying is, if you're going to talk, be real. Don't just talk, do. Don't just talk about it, be about it. If you're not going to be part of the Uhuru Academy and help our movement, help somebody's movement or start your own. It's not enough to complain about it. You have no right. You have no right to sit up and talk about it and you ain't a part of the solution, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned. And the Uhuru Academy is not a promise. The Uhuru Academy is a reality. It's a reality. Come on, y'all. Now, see, this is why I can't do no podcast. I talk too much. This was about 8 episodes. This was about 8 episodes in one. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm chilling. Y'all, I'm home. I'm in Texas for a week. Y'all, I'm in Texas. I'm in DF Dub. What up, Texas? What up? Baba's back. I mean, it's for a week. But what's going on, man? I mean, I already got plenty to do. My agenda's pretty full. You know what I'm saying? All right, King Ripple. Send me the link to my email. Drop me your email. Drop me. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the link in the comments. I want y'all to go become Patreon. Right? Don't tell me that you support what I do. Support what I do. And let me say that again. Please don't tell me you support what I do in the community. Just support what I do in the community. I have certain supporters that support every month. I don't say their name. They don't want their name told, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give you the impression that I ain't got no help from black people. We're only here now because of black people. The Uhuru Academy only exists because of the black community, because we tap into the black community. That's why we're here. That's why we exist. That's also why black people avoid me like the plague, because I convict them. When I walk in the room, people are convicted. Black leaders are convicted. Black middle class people are convicted. They instantly convicted because they know I got my intelligent black ass up that day and built something out of nothing. They know that I give up on black people when they did. They know what I represent. I represent somebody who could be doing something else at a high level that chose to build something that I ain't had the money to build. But I chose to do it because somebody has to step up and get it done. Don't be one of them people. Don't avoid me. Don't avoid me. All right? Please, don't avoid the Uhuru Academy. Don't avoid real solutions. Don't avoid the activists that are out here fighting police terrorism every day. They feel some type of way too when y'all wait till something make the news and go down there and march. It's certain people that love that camera, man. They march and they're going to march and they're going to have that megaphone. But in between incidents, they ain't nowhere to be found. They not visiting the families. They're not doing that. They're not writing their Congress people, they council people. They're not doing that. They're not doing all those huge things that have to get done in between time. Because when the system don't give you justice, you got to give justice for yourself. And that means the community got to step up and deliver justice. Case in point, the Gulfport 4 young men who witnessed a police officer murder their friend in the parking lot of Family Dollar in Gulfport, Mississippi a few months ago. They witnessed the police shoot an unarmed 17-year-old in the head in front of them while all of them were on their knees. Police found no weapon, killed this young man in front of his friends. Friends go back to school, public school system. They go back to school. Their classmates begin to protest the killing, protest the murder of their classmates. And don't y'all know the 4 boys who witnessed it, the 4 boys that got pulled over with this young man and witnessed his murder, they got kicked out of school because the school system the school district told them they was bringing too much attention. The school system turned their backs on them. They traumatized. They didn't offer any counseling, no support services. They kicked these boys out of school. Crystal Muhammad reached out to me because these boys are not in school. And not only did we enroll them in the Uhuru Academy online program, we enrolled them on a scholarship, but it's a scholarship that don't exist. We enrolled them on a blessing because somebody needs to step up and provide them with an education and provide them with the services that they need to heal from the trauma that they're going through because nobody's paying attention to them. That's what you're supporting when you support the Uhuru Academy. I gotta go because I get emotional just thinking about it. I get emotional just thinking about this TV show mentality that we have and how easy we push people to the side and push situations to the back because it's not trending. Y'all, life is still happening to people every day. And if we're going to be a community, damn it, let's step up and let's be a community. I gotta go. I love you. Don't mind. Hold up, this CG right here. Wait a minute. Hold on. CG.
Man, what happened, man? I fell asleep, man.
Hey, man, I just got through. Man, look.
I fell asleep, man. I see you trying to jump on something. What happened?
No, man, I'm live now. You live. Everybody hear you say that you fell asleep.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm live right now. I'm streaming right now, man. I just got through playing Miss Educate, you know, and bigging you up and talking about you as a teacher and played that music and now, man, I'm launching a new podcast called Building Uhuru, Building Freedom. We're gonna talk about the trending topics, but we're gonna highlight some powerful shit that's going on in the Black community. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, man, you should have hit me up. I would have jumped on, but you didn't.
I did hit you up. Yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? You was knocked out, but you here now, and a few people, them hardcores. I got a few hardcores that's still on here. I've been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes. Man, I was on Instagram, but I was on Instagram on my phone, so you just cut that feed. But now I'm going through StreamYard, man. I'm on 8 different pages right now.
Oh, okay, that was there.
Yeah, I'm on about 3 Facebook pages, Twitter, 2 YouTube pages, all at one time.
Man, I should have pulled up. Man, I fell asleep.
Man, you all you had to do was pull up. You didn't have to leave the house. You could have just jumped right on the live stream.
Man.
But since I got but hey, since I got you here, I'm about to sign off though. But since I got you here, you know what I'm saying? Tell us about Strictly Business and how everybody can support you.
Oh yeah, well, Strictly Business is on all streaming platforms, whether you got Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, just download it, stream it. Go download me and Bible song, Miseducate. Probably one of my favorite songs on there. It's like a part 2 of Told Us from my last album.
Yeah.
Business 2.
Yeah.
So I hope we can get a video of that, man. No, we need to get a video.
We do need to get the video done, man. Hey, Mama and Koyo killed on that though.
Man, well, that's man.
Yeah.
That's my favorite verse, man.
Yeah. She
destroyed that song.
Yeah.
Everybody I talked to say that.
Yeah. She say, I thought you knew me till your God told you to subdue me. I'm a tool for liberation. You just want to screw me. Yeah. Yeah. Name a person on this planet that did not come through me. Huh? Say took me out the Trinity. See how you do me. Name a person on this planet that did not come through me. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Citizen go hard. Yeah. She said Korea in my hair, Vietnam on my toes.
Man, I don't fuck with child support and he ain't doing this shit.
Yeah.
I give him to the enemy.
What good is he there? Huh?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I want to call your fan for real.
Oh yeah. Me too, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's what we doing, man. So I just did that, man. We had some cool people on, man. A few, cool people on. A couple of people coming Patreons. We got the Uhuru Academy Patreon channel. You a patron?
Oh yeah, I already subscribed.
Yeah, you already subscribed. You need to check out that latest youth forum I put in there, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Make sure this posted on Facebook so I can go back and watch it.
Oh, it is on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
I go back and watch, man. So we talked about Tyre Nichols, talked about police terrorism, but also talked about solutions, man. Talked about our community. If we're gonna be a community, let's be one. You know what I'm saying? And it's we let's quit waiting until something's trending to jump on the train.
Yeah, and then because as soon as all the gas and the flames run out of the trendy stuff,
yeah.
Go back to doing, what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna be in it, be in it. If you're gonna be in a part of the solution, be a part of the solution when the camera's off, not just when the camera's on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Tyre video is, man, that's horrible, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. But just like I do, them cops was following procedure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that Blue Lives Matter shit is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now the Blue Lives Matter mean White Lives Matter. They finna put them boys under that jail.
Yeah, that's over with, right?
Yeah, that's over with, But we know about black cops that assault black people though. That's not a new thing for working class black people.
I don't know about Memphis, but where I'm from, the black cops worse because they try to impress the white cops.
Right.
So the black cops even worse. The white cops comfortable in their own skin, so they can give you a break from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the black cops got to show that they deserve to be there, so they do you wrong, man. They do you wrong. They do you wrong.
Right.
I don't like none of them, though, but I don't like none of the police. I can't name a time that the police pulled me over or I ran to the police. I was like, thank you. Shit, I feel safe. I feel protected and served. Like,
Yeah. Now, I will say there have been times I've encountered police officers and it didn't end bad. It ended well.
Right.
But I never felt safe when they approached. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never gone into the encounter feeling safe ever.
Yeah, every time police get behind me, like soon as the lights come on, my heart beating fast.
Yeah. Oh, I turn. I do the turn test.
Oh shit, what's going on?
And I don't care if I got tickets, insurance, everything. Like if I ain't got nothing, I still turn. Right. But some of us just shell shock like that though.
And it's sad that to be a citizen in a country where you pay taxes that you ain't protected by the law though. You know what I'm saying? And they supposedly work for you. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to serve the community. Right.
Well,
I don't know what service they provide to the community because they claim to protect and serve. I wonder if you ask them, what service do you provide? Like, what are you doing to serve us? I wonder what their response would be.
I can get a couple of them on here and ask them.
Man, we might have to do that.
We might have to do that. We might have to have that conversation. Yeah, no, we may need to have an unfiltered conversation with Black law enforcement.
I will go to the police station tomorrow and ask a few of them to get on.
Yeah, I ain't scared. Let's do it. I got a couple I can call.
Man, like I want to get on and explain.
Because everything's not simple. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't deal with absolutes. Everything's not simple.
I love to hear a Black cop perspective, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially one that's a quote unquote good cop. What do you feel like when you see this shit? I know. I told you about my encounter with the ex-police guy I was working with last year.
Yeah.
And it was totally volatile. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she I didn't even know she was the police.
Man, I've had former Black police officers tell me some things that was a shock to the system.
What are they teaching you in the police academy, right? Right. What are you protecting them, and what service are you providing?
And there's perspective to things, man. You know what I'm saying? Cops that take money, they got a perspective.
Yeah.
They got a perspective. Now they have a perspective. So people, y'all might be mad and rage and all that, but everyone has a perspective.
Yeah.
I'd be very interested in listening to it.
We have to get something that won't be scared to come on, though. You know
You might have to find somebody that's retired.
I just want to say ex-police officer.
Yeah, that'll come on and get a reel. Yeah, that'll come on and get a reel. You know what I'm saying? And because we focus on the soldiers, we focus on the race soldiers, the foot soldiers. You know what I'm saying? I think because we feel like the system is too big to focus on.
Yeah.
But cops are pawns on the chessboard. They not the rook. They not the king. They the pawns.
Yeah. They're part of the system. They're a big part of it, though.
Well, they're the enforcers. They're the enforcers, but they enforce the rules. They don't make them.
They don't make them at all. You're
right. And a lot of times we get to the system thinking we're gonna change the system, but the system ends up changing us.
That's all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not just with cops, man. I done seen Black folks that was cool and down get jobs at the food stamp office and change.
I don't even know. Like, that perspective is kind of strange, though. How do you think you're gonna join a system and change it? Like, how do you think you're gonna join McDonald's and say, "I'm gonna teach you how to cook burgers again. We're gonna make some new burgers"? Like, nah, you're gonna make it
one way.
It's not gonna work.
It's gonna be one way.
Yeah, like you're not gonna change the system. We're not gonna start selling chicken when you come. We sell burgers.
But you can't change the system unless you're talking about overtaking the government and taking control. And see, we don't want to talk about revolution. We want to talk about changing the system, but they're really the same thing. And what white folks do when folks talk about changing the system, they see you coming and they say, whatever we do, let's not change the system. We got to let some of them come in. We're going to never let one of them get in a position where they can actually revolutionize the system.
But people don't think revolution is realistic. There's a lot of people, when you talk about revolution, they think you crazy. They think that's crazy talk, though.
But changing the system is the same thing.
Right. And what's crazy to me is We've seen revolutions happen before. White people have, like, this country was built from a revolution. White people revolt all the time. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you think you can do it? Why don't you think it can happen?
Well, my thing is whether you think it can happen or not. Whether you're arguing for a revolution or you're arguing for changing the system for within, you're arguing for the same thing.
Right.
And it's the same crazy. And it's yeah. You know, now some of us don't want America at all.
Yeah, man. I know I wouldn't mind going to Africa, man. I've had
or starting something new somewhere.
Man,
right?
I had a great time in Africa, man. I had a great time down in South Africa.
Right. So I don't know, man. We're gonna get into that on another show, though. We're gonna get into that, man. You know, but hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all listening. What y'all think? What y'all think about Building Uhuru? Is this a podcast that you will support? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let's build on it. I would love to get somebody to come and help be a moderator, producer, marketing. Let's do it for real. We need an opening song, opening session. You know, we're going to put some segments in it, commercials. I love to advertise Black-owned businesses during the podcast. I really want to organize this thing. So anybody out there that want to get down with the team, let's make something real happen.
Man, you know I'm with that.
I already know.
I talk a lot anyway. I'm ready for a podcast.
Yeah, man. Let's get out and do it, man. Because, you know, like Preem was telling me earlier, it's so many crazy opinions out here. You know, it's so many hustlers out here, man, acting like they own some knowledge and all that, and they just hustling people. See, what's wrong with you is that your chakra is out of alignment with the 13th element of the universe, you know.
Yeah, you have 5 people saying facts.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. So cash at $50. I'm gonna send you this healing pack.
Real talk. He dropping jewels.
You know. Yeah. You know, they got y'all food, y'all in the matrix. Ain't no such thing as Black history. Ain't no such slavery never happened. Harriet Tubman didn't even exist.
Yeah, we ain't black. Somebody tell me I swear to God, my mother, prove MLK existed. I'm like, well, we got pictures of him. What you talking about? Like, you ain't met him, you can't prove his existence. I'm like, that's not true. Come on now. So
all them people who saw him, I'm talking Black working class people, they lying. Everybody in on it.
Man, it's all kinds of conspiracy theories on that. Some people say DeMar Hamlin died on that field.
Yeah, I heard about that. Did somebody say
like nothing is far-fetched to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the MLK thing is not as far-fetched as the DeMar Hamlin thing, so anything is possible.
So my thing is that, well, technically he did die on the field. He went to cardiac arrest, and they say they revived him. Y'all, that does happen, y'all. Your heart can stop, and you can come back and be brought back medically. That can happen, you know. But yeah, I know. I saw somebody post the other day that Weezy from the Jeffersons, Nell Carter from Give Me a Break, and the mama from Family Matters were all men.
I never heard that. That's funny.
And they was only on that part of the agenda to I don't know, to make us gay. I don't know why they would do that in the 70s and 80s, and I don't know why they did it. But yeah, they was all men, and they was just trying to fool us. But my first question, why?
Why? I don't get that. Why would they do that?
Yeah, what's the point in that? Like, they doing some real shit to you. So when that stuff come up, like, yeah, I'm like, all right, you know, okay.
We finna make all these Black moms, these Black TV moms gonna be really men, but they're not gonna know they're men. So
right now, I'm not saying there's not an agenda to effeminize Black males. I just don't think that's something that happened. I don't think that's part of it.
But like I said, there's some crazy stuff out here, bro.
There's some stuff out here, man, and it kind of takes away from what's right in front of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And right. Like, I'm cool with meditating, prayer, lining up your chakras, all that, but you shock yourself into some action, though.
Yeah, do what you gotta do to get yourself ready for the action.
Right. Do what you gotta do to get active. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, it's something. It's There's some shit out here. All right, man.
So when you get ready to start the podcast, just know some.
Well, we started today. This was the first one.
Just know some of those opinions are coming, so.
All right, and we don't always agree.
And we don't, because you got some wild opinions yourself.
No. You got some throw it off, unresearched opinions too.
Like your opinions be so off. I'll be like, maybe nobody never. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like so many people, revere you in such a way that they don't want to tell you you're wrong. I don't mind right now. Like that's wrong.
Man, and I like it when you do that too, because I be want people to challenge me. You know what I'm saying? But you have yet to really challenge me.
Oh yeah, man.
But you done told me I was wrong. I just wouldn't call any of our arguments or debates. I wouldn't call them challenges.
I mean, I defeated you a few times. And
oh no, I doubt that very seriously. She was laughing at you, not me.
I'm telling you, like Mama Color has witnessed me defeat you on several subjects. I mean, I got like 3 in my mind right now. That I just,
you know what? And that's where the victories are too, in your mind.
I'm telling you, though.
Your victories, the victories that you had over me, they in your mind, just like them topics.
Like, I agree with most of the stuff you say, but when you're wrong, that's my time to shine.
Okay. Just be careful, man. Be careful, because sometimes you be exposing your inexperience, and it's okay. It's okay. You youngsters, man. You youngsters, because y'all had YouTube and stuff all y'all life. Y'all think y'all smart.
I'm just saying, bro. Don't worry about you gunfights, man. You gotta come ready. Don't underestimate it. Well, you know by now. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. I know. I'm very comfortable debating you. Very comfortable. Yeah, so that means we're gonna talk about some heavy shit, but we're gonna talk about music, we're gonna talk about sports, and that's usually where we get divided on.
Oh yeah. Nah, man, your opinion about, I don't want to get into it right now, but your opinion about acting and who's a good actor and who's not, yeah, I had a problem with it.
Oh, bruh, your opinion on acting is so ridiculous.
I had a real problem with it.
I got a problem with the movies you like, all that. I'm like, okay, but it's okay though, because I know where you from, so I see why he think that was a major motion picture.
I'm just saying, I think that the public will agree with me more.
Oh man, I can't wait. We're gonna see.
I'm like, nah, no way you think that for real. Like, that's what you think?
Yeah. You say some stuff. I'm like, God, he a teacher? God, dog. Well, I work miracles. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
That's why we need the podcast, man. I need to share my wisdom on on our future audience.
Well, anybody that Boosie think a good actor is suspect.
I'm a good actor though. Like, I'm a good actor.
No, you're an excellent actor, acting like you beat me in a debate before.
I'm not going to beat you though. I'm not going to do that.
No.
I told you, I auditioned for that play down here. I got the role and everything. When I came back and they did the one-on-one thing,
yeah.
Man, I was just sweating about to cry. They had me on casting, like they on the casting couch, bro. It's me and 5 white people in a theater. I'm like, what is this?
Wow. See, I need you need to talk to my son, because he want to act, but he ain't been in none of them pressure situations yet.
Oh, that's some of the scary shit I ever did. I did a lot of shit, but.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. When you live on this podcast, and everybody watching, I'm gonna see how you deal with that pressure.
Oh man, I shine in.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how you deal with that pressure. But y'all still, even if I beat him, even when I beat him, when we debate, still download Strictly Business.
Oh yeah, like I hit my wisdom, they don't want you to. Sure.
Yeah, they're gonna be messaging me. Yeah, Baba, you still got a little work to do with that one. I'm like, we working on it. Yeah, we working on it.
It's probably a biased crowd. Then they don't feel bad. I beat you like, well, you got to hit Baba. Baba mess with nobody. I'm just speaking facts. I didn't know there was a problem.
Yeah. But it's about time though, because you hard-headed, man. A lot of people have a hard time. You don't move off your opinions. I think I'm one of the few people that actually have witness you shift your thoughts after I got through with you. Yeah, so I look forward to the public seeing that happen. But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all jumping in with me. You know what I'm saying? This first episode of Building Uhuru, and all of them ain't gonna be an hour and a half. But you know, it is what it is. Hey, I'm out, y'all. Hey, like and share the video, support the Uhuru Academy. Stop playing games, cause we not. Peace.